If there's any one piece of content I love to watch, it's jersey launch videos. I absolutely love them. The stories, the art and the artists, the players, the time it takes, all coming together to make this 1 minute clip that unites a fandom. I've watched countless amount of them, obviously a lot of Arsenal, but I've watched many others, and I always just love that season where teams are coming out with different ideas. So I always thought,
I want to make one of those.
and I did. And this is the story of that experience. So what's the quick backstory? I studied at King's College Budo, and we have an alumni league called the Budo League, which I participate in with my team called Endgame. Me being a photographer in the team and the media person in the team, they gave me the role. But one thing that sprung up in my mind when I was given the role was, I really want to get to a point where we make a jersey launch. So if you haven't seen the videos, no worry, we're going to go through each segment or some of the segments of it to see the things we went through and also see what ideas we came up with. Now, it is very important to note that we started this process almost last October when we got the green light that we were going to make new jerseys. For me, myself, it had been a process that I'd had for a long time. For example, we have two jerseys, the white one and the gold one. The gold one, I had already created an idea for it, I think a year before, because I came up with the idea, and the idea was to celebrate the champions because we won one of the previous seasons. In season 8, we won season 6, and I wanted to create a jersey that pays tribute to the team that won us our first championship, right? Champions, what it means to be a champion. So it was gold, because since gold is one of our colors, the idea was to make it gold, a tribute to champions, because gold is for champions, right? Not to take you through all the story, the day arrives for us to shoot this video, and we have one major problem: time. So we shot this at Stonehaven, and Stonehaven opens at 10 a.m. So we only had 40 minutes to shoot everything that we needed to get. The video, the photos, everything had to be done within that time. So that was one issue that we were struggling with already on the day. But this tool that I want to introduce you to, you must have had it already, or you might have seen it in the video title, is storyboarding. Storyboarding is the thing that helped us be able to capture essential parts that we needed for the video within that time and easily explain it to the talent so that they know what to do. So what's a storyboard? A storyboard is simply like a mood board. You get a script, you have the script that you've written, and you create moods or shots that you would like to see achieved in the film that you wouldn't want to miss. So you do a little bit of research, obviously, you go through the videos now. Like I told you earlier, I've watched so many videos, so I had so many ideas that I wanted to bring together to make this one unique thing. Again, you don't want to just replicate what someone has done, but there may be items that you see in different videos that you like, that you feel that would also help you in your short. Like you've heard me mention, you need a script before you can actually storyboard. So even before we got onto the shoot, we already had a script and a storyboard. So a lot of the things that help you make uptime on the day is the stuff you do before, the pre-production. The pre-production process, if done very well, will make the work on the day very easy and streamlined. We had 2 videos to make, but we had to gel them into one. So we concentrated on the script for the gold jersey because it made more sense, or it had more flesh, and we could easily bring in the white one. The white one, we were just looking at it as something like a fashion piece, so it didn't really have a story. But the gold one had a story that we really loved and we connected with, so that's why we went ahead with the gold one. So I'll explain to you more about the gold kit in this video. When you're a creative director, you obviously want to firstly think about insights. These are thoughts that revolve around either the product, the brand, or the relationship between the brand and the product, or the environment of the brand. For example, so for our example, the gold jersey, the insight was more around the environment of the product. Where does this product reside? And we thought to ourselves, where would champions be? Where do champions stay? And we thought of creating a champions estate. Yeah. So our insight was, when you become a champion, you're invited to a champions estate where only champions reside, right? Once you have your insight, you're able to build your idea. When you have your core idea, then you can start to look for visual inspiration. Visual inspiration can be got from YouTube, it can be gotten from Pinterest or any other site, Google, or watching movies. For example, in this case, like I said, I've watched numerous amount of videos about jersey launches. So there was a lot of vast resource that I could use. One of the videos that I really looked at was Arsenal's home kit for, I think, the 2020 season, where Adidas had just come in, and it was an inspiration for a lot of what we did in terms of when you look at the voiceover. We knew we needed a voiceover, we knew we needed a story, right? Like we've said earlier, we had a story that we wanted to show people what it means to be a champion and what it means to join the Champions Estate. So we went and looked for all those visuals, we collected them. I used Apple Notes to collect all that I needed. It's a very easy tool and app to use to create your storyboard or to create your script. That is where we wrote our script. So when we arrived on set, I was able to explain to the crew. I was not there alone. Again, that's the importance of a storyboard. When you have a crew, you want them to understand what the vision is. So having this sort of understanding of the shot, but also the script in one helped them understand everything quickly, because again, 40 minutes, we had no time. So we knew we had about 5 scenes and we had to be able to get them within an hour. So when you look at this, we have our Apple Notes on the side, we have our script here. When you look at the script, you see that we have this whole paragraph at the beginning, which was long. Now, another problem that we had on the day was the person who was supposed to shoot or be the main actor had some scheduling conflicts. So I had to step in since I was the second best person to do it. And I didn't want to memorize this again 40 minutes. So what we came up with the idea is we have this written on as text on the screen. When the text ends, you start to see me having earphones. Now, it's why I have earphones is when you hear the voice at the beginning, we've muffled it to make it seem like it's coming from my earphones when we zoom to this shot, right? So it plays well for me to have the earphone. So it's like I was listening to what it means to be a champion. So it's a Kickstarter. I only wanted to say welcome to the Champions Estate. Now it's very key again, like I said, we had to gel both jerseys. So in most shots you realize they were both there. So in this shot, since there were only 2 people, I had the gold one, Kevin had the white one, but we also had some props in the background. We had a gold. When you look at let me see, can you see right there, we had a golden boot, right? Again, we are showing what a Champions Estate is. Imagine a Champions Estate, there are trophies, there's golden boots, there's everything. And we had the jersey in the background just to add a bit of ruckus or a bit of design in the set. Not ruckus, why did I say ruckus? A bit of design in the set just to make it feel full rather than empty. So scene 2 was breakfast. Now, when you look at this scene here, you're going to see one that this was storyboarded. Maybe one thing I should tell you guys is, if you're storyboarding, there are different options. You could use an app like Studio Binder to storyboard, where you could get different shots from different films and put them in if you want to. Or if you don't have time, you could easily storyboard by just sketching, right? Your sketches don't have to be good. Mine were very terrible, but I sketched out this scene. You see the blocking of 3 people when you move forward. So we have the 2 ladies. Again, we wanted to be able to add the ladies in the shoot without it feeling unnatural. So we thought they could have breakfast. They're having breakfast, they're having their good time. I walk by, say hi. Very simple, right? But again, when you look in the background, we have some talent. Now, we had to make sure to use the talent over and over again. We're only 9 people, right? But you don't want the set to feel empty. You want it to feel, again, it's a Champions Estate. There must be many people. There must be people around, right? Maybe it's breakfast time, so it's morning, so some people are coming, but there are already people in the restaurant.
Hey lady, you doing good?
The next thing here, we were trying to bring out the story of how we got to the Champions Estate. What happened? How did it happen? Again, when you look at the main script here in Word, you realize we changed a lot, right? Because again, time. So we changed it to just speak about what a champion is, how we got there, but also to lead into our next scene, which was the photo wall, or the photo on the wall. So we go, the walls speak of their legend, right? Then we come to a wall with a photo of that legend, how we won the championship. So it starts with that photo. Again, you may have to go the extra mile printing photos. It just gives it that bit of more feel, like you've added more character to your set, to your design. And then we had this scene, we had Sam Kasaga come in. He was the president at the time, so he's the best person to tell the story. So he, again, like I referenced earlier, we had this scene from Idris Elba in the Arsenal thing, where he talks about how he was going to be an Arsenal, he could have been an Arsenal player, right?
Before, that was Amaran. but from fourth
to first.
to first.
That was
That was destiny.
very nice lines. He came up with that on that day, and it was very nice to see. Obviously, we should have been able to cut the other photos out to make it, I think, better. That's a bit of judgment on my side, but it worked. If you realize on the table we have a jersey, but we also have more photos from that championship winning season. Again, we could have added more of those shots because we had them, but I chose not to, just to keep it short and simple. So you have again the blocking, 3 people in the set, very simple composition technique. What you realize is we would jump to footage of the past to link to a scene. So we had footage of the final that linked to the photo wall, right? Then we have more footage here of what this process of how we got there, because now I'm explaining MVP goals, never die attitudes. These are the things that make champions. Then we jump into the next scene, the Taylor scene. Now this scene was supposed to be what happens when you join the Champions Estate. Obviously you have to tailor your uniform. I remember when we joined S1 in Budo, the first week you're trying to get your uniform, you're going to the tailor shop. So that's where the idea came from, right? They're giving you that feel. They're giving you your clothes, they're tailoring you. But also we used someone who was new to the team, very intentional, to make it seem like we are trying to explain to them what it means to wear the shirt and how we get to another championship, right? So very, very simple things. Again, 3 people in the scene, 3 frames in the background. The rule of threes is a very powerful tool. We have to show details of the jersey, the sponsors, so we have a bit of detailed shots here.
You want him? So forth.
Just to show the white jersey, because again it was one of the jerseys. We didn't have a video for it, so try to create space for it. Since I was wearing the gold one, you're already seeing the details here and there. The white one was just passing through, but we managed to find a way, right?
This is your legacy. Wear it with pride, win with purpose.
So we come to the end.
Welcome to the Champions Estate.
So fun thing here, I say welcome to the Champions Estate at the end, as I said at the beginning, right? So it's sort of like a bookmark, just to begin and end it, sort of way to open a scene and end your movie, just to show that connection. So it ends here, right? But we have an end credit scene where we have Lennon, our MVP. Why this scene is coming at the end is, one, obviously it would be weird not to have Lennon in it because he's one of the best players in the league. I think people would wonder why he wasn't in the shot, in the video, right? So we give him this time where it comes in at the end, where everybody has already got what they want from the video. They feel like it's ending, then you give them one more hit. And then we also use this part here to show off a bit of Budo, right?
You know what some of the guys are saying?
So he asks me, you know what some of the guys are saying? I say, what? Winning is a Budonian thing. Basically, that is how a storyboard helped us shoot each scene. We had everybody understood what they were gonna do because they could easily see it either in text or in visual, and the script and storyboard helped us shoot this within an hour. We only had a few minutes to shoot this, but we were able to get the photos, we were able to get the video because we had the storyboard and the script, and that was why it was quick. It was a fun shoot but effective. That's what a storyboard and script can help you do. That is it. That is the end game launch video. I am hoping to create more. Hopefully one day we'll be able to create for the national team, but it's a very interesting thing that I really want to do more of, and it was fun to do. Hopefully you also enjoyed the video of me trying to explain this to you. Like the video if you did, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more of this great content. I'll see you guys in the next video, and hey, always remember to deliver a feeling. Peace.